Ring, ring. Hello. I think we are here for an episode of Youth Connect. I hope that you guys are excited. It's going to be another awesome episode. For those who are super excited, I hope that you're as excited as I am because I know that it is going to be a show that you are going to absolutely love. Just so you know, I'm Aiden.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Logan.
I'm Jeffrey.
Okay, guys, welcome to another awesome episode. You know, technical difficulties happen all the time, but you know what's really important? There is always a special skill that every single person should know, and that is the ability to improvise. And trust you me, I feel like we are becoming masters of it because you know what? We always have to do it. So I hope that this show is going to be absolutely awesome, and I know that it is. There's going to be tons of awesome news. And first things first, we know Youth Connect. The first thing that we always have to talk about is, of course, some gaming news. All right, guys, let's keep the ball rolling, get straight on into it. Here is your gaming news. Now, usually what we always have to start off with is our video game of the week. And this is a game that has either come out recently, an old classic, or a game that's coming out soon. And let's just say that this game broke so many things on the Nintendo eShop and on the Steam store page yesterday, completely crashed their systems. And none other than the game that we have been waiting 7 years for. And also, I gotta say, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, this game is quite amazing. The price of the game is very cheap. It has tons, hours and hours of content. Yet, some game companies are charging you $90 for a game. This game was only $20. And this game is Hollow Knight Silk Song, a 7-year game in the making. So in regular Hollow Knight, you play as a little knight where you have to explore this vast world. But in Hollow Knight Silk Song, we turn a leaf or turn a page as the lethal hunter Hornet and adventure through a kingdom ruled by silk and song. Captured and taken to this unfamiliar world, prepare to battle mighty foes and solve ancient mysteries as you ascend on a deadly pilgrimage to the kingdom's peak. So it is a awesome sequel to Hollow Knight. Even though it still has Hollow Knight, I would technically consider it Hollow Knight 2. It is an award-winning game, and people are saying that this game might be Game of the Year. I've been hearing a lot of games being Game of the Year, but this game literally shattered the Steam and Nintendo eShop servers. And when a game destroys the servers, you know it's good. Has 5 out of 5 stars, extremely overwhelming positive reviews, which is really rare to see. And this is pretty exciting. Instead of exploring the vast world that we've already explored in Hollow Knight, you are going to be exploring the fallen insect kingdom of Farloom. Explore mossy grottos, gilded cities, and misted moors as you ascend to the shining citadel at the top of the world. And not only that, you can craft powerful tools and master an ever-expanding arsenal of weapons, traps, and mechanisms to vanquish your foes and explore new heights. There are over 200 new foes, 40 new bosses, challenge steel mode, and many, many more. And of course, Hollow Knight's award-winning composer, Christopher Larkin, brings very brand new music, and I have been hearing it is fantastic. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I never actually got to finish Hollow Knight because, to be honest with you, it's a bit confusing. You don't know where, as somebody who doesn't know where I was going or what I was doing, to be honest with you, I kind of just dropped the game after a while because it was kind of boring. But with this new game, apparently it made it a little bit easier. So I might come back to it and try it again. You never know. If you love, I bet a lot of people are saying that there's going to be new stuff. I think that if you haven't played Hollow Knight before, you should. It's $40 for 2 games. You could buy Mario Kart World, which is a $90 game, or Hollow Knight and Silk Song, 2 games, its main original game and its sequel for $40. That's what makes this game so good. Guys, they are making record-breaking sales, and I feel like more game companies need to keep this in mind. The cheaper your game, the more people are going to buy it. I'm just being honest here because the prices of games have been rising to the roof. Anyways, I really hope that you check out Hollow Knight Silksong on Nintendo Switch and Steam, and coming soon to PlayStation 4 and Xbox. Currently are not listed on PlayStation 4 and Xbox, so you can get it on PC and Nintendo Switch. Anyways, though, this has been the game of the week. And next up, we're going to keep it moving with Kevin with some all-important news, sports, and weather. But more importantly, that interesting fact that's going to be shared.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Youth Connect News, where I bring news, sports, weather, and interesting fact. I'm your host, Kevin Aruja. So let's get right into the headlines. The new toonie commemorates life and work of First Nation artist. Toronto International Film Festival kicks off 50th edition with world premiere of John Candy documentary. The Blue Jays tie season high with 5 homers in 13 out of 9 win over Reds. And did the Clippers use a $28 million endorsement deal to skirt NBA salary cap rules? Canada's currency is seeing a historic moment with a new toonie beginning circulation on Thursday. Daphne Ajud from Wikwemikong unceded territory in Ontario is the first woman and visual artist to be featured on a Canadian coin. Mary LeMay says Ajud has made an incredible impact on women and artists in the country. Ajud's family was among the Potawatomi who migrated north and settled in Wikwemikong after the War of 1812. Ajud was born and raised on the Wikwemikong unceded Indian Reserve on Manitoulin Island, which is Lake Huron in Ontario in 1919. Bonnie Devine, a longtime friend of the late Ajud, who died in 2016 in Kelowna, British Columbia, says Ajud art was not only personal, it spoke of political themes she witnessed throughout her life of 97 years. That's why the coin unveiling took place right in front of a mural. Somerville says he was emotional when the coin was unveiled. His thoughts went back to when she opened an art gallery in Winnipeg. So people can visit coin exchanges with the Royal Canadian Mint to get the new Ajud toonie. The Prime Minister, Mike Carney, opened the 50th edition of the Toronto International Film Festival with a patriotic speech that celebrated Canadian culture and included a subtle swipe at U.S. President Donald Trump. Carney took the stage to a standing ovation ahead of a screening of opening night film John Candy, I Like Me, a documentary celebrating the late Canadian comedian. He quipped he was there to take credit from Trudeau's government support of TIFF, including a $23 million investment last year in its upcoming content market, before stressing he's reaffirming those commitments. TIFF is a testament to part of what makes Canada unique, says Carney, who has been in Toronto this week for a Liberal cabinet retreat. He went on to pay tribute to John Candy, saying the film reflected important Canadian values like tolerance, generosity, and humility. He noted that in many of Candy's movies, the comic played characters who confronted their bullies. John Candy's character was usually up against somebody who's richer, someone who's more powerful, maybe a little more arrogant, he added, drawing a laugh from the crowd. Carney tied the theme back to the present day, warning of a more dangerous, divided, and intolerant world where Canadian sovereignty and identity are increasingly challenged. When faced with such threats, she said, Canadians have channeled their inner John Candy, stood up, elbows out, and writing our own lines. TIFF CEO Cameron Bailey introduced Carney, saying he's grateful to everyone who has helped the festival grow into an event in which all of Toronto, in fact, all of Canada, we can take pride. Candy's children, Chris and Jennifer, walked the red carpet ahead of a screening alongside executive producer Ryan Reynolds and director Colin Hanks. George Springer had one of the Toronto's 5 home runs as the Blue Jays rallied from 5 runs down to beat Cincinnati Reds 13 out of 9 on Wednesday night. Dalton Varsho and Alejandro Kirk hit consecutive homers in the 4th inning, and Addison Barger and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. went back-to-back in the 5th. The Blue Jays tied a season high with 5 home runs. AL East leading Toronto went deep 11 times and scored 29 runs in a 3-game series, setting up a big weekend matchup with the second-place Yankees beginning on Friday. Cincinnati remained 5 games remain the New York Mets for the 3rd NL wildcard spot. The Reds and Mets had begin a 3-game series on Friday. The Reds scored 5 times in the 2nd inning against Blue Jays starter Shane Bieber. Jose Trevino had a 2-run single, Matt McClain an RIB single, and Noelvi Marte had a 2-run double. Bieber, 2 out of 1, did not allow another run or a hit over his final 4 innings, and the Blue Jays took advantage of Zach Littell's tendency to allow home runs. Excuse me. The Blue Jays were rallied 5 out of 0 with 2 outs and nobody on in the 3rd when Springer homered to start the comeback. It was Springer's 27th of the season. Excuse me again. In sports news, the NBA's offseason got a big shakeup this week when the league confirmed it was investigating whether a $28 million endorsement contract between Kawhi Leonard and a California-based Cessation Lease Services company allowed the Los Angeles Clippers to circumvent league salary cap rules. The investigation comes after a report from journalist Pablo Torre. Several hours after Torre report, the Clippers denied any rules were broken and said they would cooperate with the league's investigation. The NBA is one of the 3 major American sports league that has a salary cap, joining the NFL and NHL. Major League Baseball is only one of the big 4 and has no salary cap. The NBA's salary cap changes yearly as calculated as a percentage of a league's basketball-related revenues. For the 2025 to 26 season, the amount is set at $154,647 million. The minimum team salary is $139,182 million. Excuse me again. Teams can go over the salary cap, but they are progressively tougher penalties like luxury tax and roster construction restrictions that makes things tougher for organizations. The idea of a salary cap is to provide a relatively even playing field from a league's 30th team, which are located in different size markets ranging from New York to Memphis. Clippers owner Steve Ballmer made a $50 million investment in this aspiration, and the company and the team announced a $300 million partnership in September 2021. That was about a month after Leonard signed a 4-year, $76 million extension with the Clippers. In today's weather forecast, we got a mix of sun and clouds this afternoon. The temperature is now 23 degrees. And tomorrow we will get another mix of sun and clouds. The temperature will be another 20 degrees. And moving forward for the interesting fact of the week, I'm going to talk about Labor Day. Labor Day commemorates American workers' social and economic contributions and originated from a late 19th century labor movement efforts to improve working conditions, culminating in the first parade in 1882 and federal recognition in 1894. Celebrated on the first Monday of September, the holiday features parades and picnics. Sorry, again. But also acknowledges the historical struggles for better pay and safer working environments that led to its creation. So I got 5 interesting facts about Labor Day. When is Labor Day? Labor Day is always observed on the first Monday in September. Labor Day 2025 takes place on Monday, September 1st. And the second fact is, why do we celebrate Labor Day? Labor Day, an annual celebration of workers and their achievements, originated during one of American labor history's most dismal chapters. In the late 1800s, at the height of the Industrial Revolution in the United States, the average American worked 12-hour days and 7-day weeks in order to eke out of a basic living. So who created Labor Day? In the wake of a massive unrest and an attempt to repair ties with American workers, Congress passes an act making Labor Day a legal holiday in the District of Columbia and the Territories on June 28, 1894. President Grover Cleveland signed it into law. More than a century later, the true founder of Labor Day has yet to be identified. The fourth fact is Labor Day celebrations. Labor Day is still celebrated in cities and towns across the United States with parades, picnics, barbecues, fireworks displays, and other public gatherings, especially over the long Labor Day weekend for many Americans, particularly children and youth adults. It represents the end of a summer at the start of a back-to-school season. And the last fact is holidays that fall on Mondays. The Uniform Monday Holiday Act of 1968 changed several holidays to ensure that would always be observed on Monday, so federal employees could have more 3-day weekends. The act, signed into law on June 28, 1968, moved to Washington's birthday, Memorial Day, and Columbus Day to fix Mondays each year. With that, we come to the end of my segment. Tune in for next week's news, weather, and your favorite interesting fact. This is Kevin Aruja, and it's back to you, Layton.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it a lot, Kevin. You know what, Kevin? It sounded like you had a little bit of a cold. I hope that you are going to be feeling well. I know that Miss Judith always suggests some honey lemon tea always perks me up whenever I'm feeling down. And I guess I should ask, how was your trip? Did you enjoy it? Was it fun?
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for asking me.
Of course. And Labor Day is such a great choice. You know, I have a few friends in the US and they absolutely love Labor Day. Some even do special like holiday like events for Labor Day. I know in New York City they do it. And I know somebody does like this like Labor Day special. It's very, very funny. And sometimes shows up online. So honestly, what a great choice to choose. Thank you so much, Kevin. I really appreciate it. And hopefully you feel a little bit better down the road, of course. So I want to talk about something that's pretty interesting, especially for those Pokemon fans that are listening right now. So Pokemon has been very, very interesting. But there is actually something called Pokemon Pokénade Monster Ball. And it may sound like the world's weirdest energy drink crossover, but in fact, when translated names get translated, sometimes they get jumbled up, and this is one of the examples. But Pokemon's latest venture is a Tamagotchi-style interactive keychain pet that is actually very, very interesting because Tamagotchis were very, very big in the 2000s, not much in the 2020 era. But interestingly enough, this is very important questions for people that are very interested in this thing. So let me just remind you guys, it's not a Pokemon X Tamagotchi situation, and that is very, very sad because a official crossover was banned. Bandai Namco's Pocket Toys actually did happen in 2019. And the retro devices actually sold out on day one on the Pokemon Center website. So importantly, but this brand new one, so it is a rival kind of toy in Japan only at the moment, and it's supposed to rival Tamagotchi because if you guys know, Tamagotchi is still ongoing in Japan. That's why actually you still see Tamagotchi games made from time to time. But apparently these are called pocket-sized Pokenades. Pokenades. That is what it is. Part of the name, which is a portmanteau of Pokemon and Nadaru, or to stroke. So I guess to stroke your Pokemon, which really sounds kind of weird at the moment. Yes, it literally does make like those are the two words put together in English, and it's probably different meaning entirely. But yes, at the moment it is called a Pokenade. So that's the name we're going to stick with. So apparently, poking at the screen will get the Pokemon to react in various ways. And depending on the Pokemon will react differently depending on the length and speed of the petting. So I guess that's where to stroke or nadaru comes from. So basically, you can pet the screen and it pets the Pokemon as well. It's a Tamagotchi kind of inspired thing, and it's quite interesting. At the moment, we don't know much about it. We have seen some artwork of it being created, and technically the design of like the little Tamagotchi inspired thing. And let's be honest with you, these Tamagotchis are a little bit expensive. You know, they're a little cheap, guys. You know, they work out to just about 7,480 yen. Very cheap. You know, for how much is that? Oh, you know, $50 per se for these Tamagotchi pets. Very cheap, especially coming from Nintendo. All jokes aside, these are the two questions that I wanted to ask. Can you let them die? And can they poop? Because that's what the Tamagotchis in the original game did. And yes, it was dark. If you don't take care of them, obviously they're going to get hungry, and then very bad things will happen. Much like you have to take care of a real life pet, but in a digital form. So hopefully, will it be more family friendly? Knowing our era, probably, but I'm really excited about these Pokenade devices. They look very interesting. And to be honest with you, Tamagotchi has always been my family's favorite kind of series, especially Tamagotchi Corner Shop. That was my family's favorite game on the DS series. Did you know that there's a Tamagotchi game coming out for Nintendo Switch called Tamagotchi Corner Shop 3? That's right. Pretty interesting stuff. I'm really excited about this. And for Pokemon fans, I'm looking at you, scalpers. Don't take every single one. To be honest with you, I bet they're going to sell out as soon as they get put on stores. So, not much you can do. Anyways, though, this has been your second gaming news, and next up is going to be Logan with some culinary news that he has to share with us today.
Hello, Youth Connect. I am Logan, and for this week on culinary news, a Top Chef Canada winner is set to open a restaurant in Vancouver. A Canadian plant-based food brand is getting discontinued, and a famous celebrity chef plans a massive restaurant expansion here in Canada. Starting off with our first news story, Chanty Yen, winner of Season 11 of Top Chef Canada, has announced her intentions of opening a new Cambodian restaurant in Vancouver. Named the Tuk, which is Cambodian for boat, Yen has previously opened this restaurant as a small pop-up in Montreal, but this new permanent location shall seat 50 guests and have a second floor which houses a standing bar named Lula, which can serve up to 20 guests. Chanty Yen shall serve as the executive chef of both the restaurant and bar. Coming up to our next news story, Canadian-founded plant-based food brand Yves Veggie Cuisine has announced that after 40 years of operation that they will discontinue operation in Canada. This brand, which is known for their variety of plant-based breakfast and deli meat imitations, such as sausage, bacon, and ham, has announced that they will no longer be selling their products in the country. The company cites a lack of interest in vegan alternatives as the reason for their closure. While the company was originally founded in Vancouver, currently it is headquartered in the US, so there is speculation that the company intends to make a full migration to the States, although who knows, they might discontinue it there too. But whereas one company moves from Canada to the States, another company from the States has moved to Canada to take its place, as celebrity chef Bobby Flay has announced his intentions to bring his casual burger chain, Bobby's Burgers, to Canada. Currently, Flay has planned to launch 65 locations all across the country, with the first location being set to be built in Toronto. Considering that Bobby's Burgers currently only has 8 locations, all in the US, the fact that Flay wants to build 65 locations in Canada speaks for his love for the country and his faith that the chain will be hugely successful within it. But anyway, that just about does it for all the news for this week. Thank you all for listening, and back to you, Aiden.
All right. Thank you so much, Logan. Now, at first, I thought you were talking about Bob's Burgers, the TV show, but actually you were talking about Bobby Flay. So, God, I had to get that complication out of there. I was first mind blown. Second of all, Beyond Meat has been going on for a couple decades now, like 2 decades. No, I'd say 2 or 3 decades. Wait, is decade 10 years? A decade? Yes. Yes, it is. So like 3 decades worth of plant-based meat products. And the fact that Logan, I don't know if you're talking about Beyond Meat, but I know that Beyond Meat is apparently filing for bankruptcy, but not telling anybody that they're filing for bankruptcy. So it's definitely interesting to hear. I might want to go visit this Bobby Flay because Mr. P tells me that he is a Iron Chef winner. And to be honest with you, if you call your burger chain Bobby's Burgers, you better have some Bob Burgers inspired burgers, because to be honest with you, there were some pretty cool burgers on that list. Like Baby You Can Chive My Car, because I honestly love that one. It's really, really funny. Or the Meat Saya, because that is a crazy burger. Listen, you can take some advice. Anyways, thank you so much, Logan. Really appreciate it. All right, guys, time for your third and final news, and that is your community news, because everybody loves community news. And here is something that's pretty interesting, very, very important. Number 1, I will say, of course, what were we doing? Of course, we did on our Mondays and through Friday. We did our morning chat in the morning where we connected with community. On Tuesday, we explored the history of tea, and actually it was a main focus on tea. On Wednesday, we did geography of tea. On Thursday, we learned about afternoon tea and how it became popular in England. And of course, on Friday, we learned how our chefs united from their kitchens, baking mini sandwiches, scones, trifles, and savory pies, all in preparation in our grand finale, which is, of course, our Youth Connect Super Ability Crew tea time on Saturday. Definitely very exciting for some of us and very exciting for some others. I know that is going to be definitely interesting, and I'm really excited to see what's going to be brought, because tea time for me, guys, is a weird one because I'm not a big fan of tea time. Some of the things are not my cup of tea. Some things are, some things aren't, but that's to be expected. They're very small too. It's very confusing to me. I think it's very interesting though. And yeah, all about tea. And I'm feeling a little bit British. Anyways, relatively this week was tea week, and next week, I don't know, something very exciting is going to happen. Unfortunately, I won't be here, because I'm going to be heading to Japan. But you do know what that means, right? We have reached near the end, but we have one more person in queue. Let's have Jeffrey with some live music. I'm so excited.
Hi everybody, I'm Jeffrey. Hope you're ready for another live jam show, and I'm playing one of my original songs called "It's Okay, It's Alright," and this is an upbeat song. So hope you get your dancing shoes on. It's okay, it's alright. When we unite together, we can survive. Raise your arms towards the sky, and we shape all that makes you wonder why. It's okay, it's alright. When we unite together, we can survive. Raise your heart towards the sky, and we shape all that makes you wonder why. Why do we on earth in pursuit of greed? Why not sow seeds to end hunger and need? Can we educate with knowledge as our tool? Together, let's rewrite the rules. It's okay, it's alright. When we come together, we can shine. Lift your spirits towards the sky and transform all that makes you cry. It's okay, it's alright. When we come together, we can shine. Lift your spirits towards the sky and transform all that makes you cry. Feed the hungry, strengthen the need. Empower those who aim to see. To end war, we need peace. Love one another. As a united front, we stand together. As a force, we're well prepared to comfort what's unjust and unfair. Open your eyes, let your voice be heard. Liberate your thoughts, let the truth be your word. It's alright, it's okay. Where we stand as one, we'll find our way. Let your dreams touch the sky, and together chase away the why. It's alright, it's okay. When we stand as one, we'll find our way. Let your dreams touch the sky. Together we chase away the why. Oh, come on! In the face of adversity, we'll find our way. Hand in hand, man who light the path each day. The yellow man was torn apart. Healing words of love from the heart. When the challenge seems to exceed, remember together we'll have to defend. With open our hearts, we'll overcome. As one, we'll rise, shining like the sun. It's okay, it's alright. When we unite together, we can survive. Raise your voice, don't be shy, and let your night reach the highest sky. In harmony, our dreams never die. It's okay, it's alright. When we unite together, we can survive. Raise your voice, don't be shy, and let your night reach the highest sky. In harmony, our dreams will never die. Our dreams will never die. Never die. Our dreams will never die. It's okay. It's alright. It's okay. It's alright. Our dreams will never die. Thank you, everybody. This is Jeffrey, your live musician. Again, we'll see you all next time. Check out my website, jeffrankeman.com. Anyways, back to you, Aiden. Bye, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the song.
Thank you so much, Jeff. I really appreciate that song. It's a very good song. It's about keeping hope, keeping strong, and if we stand together, we can accomplish anything. I hope that you guys have an amazing episode. Oh my goodness, what am I saying? I hope that you guys have an amazing week, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Or, as I like to say, I hope that you enjoyed this amazing day, and I hope that you have a great video. Anyways, guys, this is the end of your Youth Connect. So funny. What? I just reversed the words around. Instead of have a great week, I said have a great video. Get it? Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. If you like this episode, make sure to like, comment, and of course, please do subscribe.
And don't forget to click the notification bell.
All right, guys, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your video, and we will see you guys in, wait, give me a second, in 4 weeks. Bye, guys. Catch you later.
Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
catch you later, guys.